the news from Evercade doesn't stop. So let's take a look at what's new. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of the Good Times Newsline Flashcast. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We are back in business with some more Evercade news updates. Yeah, that's right. Coming hot on the heels of a Polymega update. In case you guys are interested in that, go check the channel. It's up there somewhere. So there's Evercade news. And the new update is there's been an official release of information on the Evercade website. Now, this is not Fun Stock news update. This is official Evercade news update about the same kind of story. The cartridge releases, scheduling, maybe some price information. So let's take a look at what's going on over here with the Evercade news update. Let's take a look. All right, Evercade release update. Announcement. News. U.S. stock and distribution update by Sean Cleaver by May 28th, 2025. That's it. That's today. And it says, we are delighted to announce that pre-orders and availability for Evercade and Hyper Megatech products in the United States will resume following the completion of a new distribution deal and improved tariffs on goods manufactured in China. All right, cool. So Evercade has now come out and just said blanket, there's going to be more places to buy these things. It says this will lead to increased availability in the U.S. going forward. The recent changes in import duties have also enabled our partner retailer, Funstock, to reactivate international shipments to the U.S. We talked about that over the last 2 days. You can find out about their updated shipping policy information here, which is the funstock.co.uk/policies/shipping policy website, or the last two videos on the channel for Evercade. With the current tariffs, we have confirmed a new SRP for all products in the United States. These are subject to change depending upon future amendments to duties. Pre-order listings may also take extra time to appear with retailers in the short term. So that's the big, more breaking size news on this update. Let me read that again. With the current tariffs, we have confirmed a new SRP. Okay, the new standard price for all products in the U.S. And then they are subject to change depending upon future amendments to duties. So if they go up, down, left, right, the prices might go up, down, left, right. Pre-order listings may also take extra time to appear with retailers in the short term. So that means there might be a delay between the announcement of the product and its appearance on stuff like an Amazon or whatever these new retailers are going to be, your Castlevania games, all those other partners, VGP, all those guys, right? All right, the news. Evercade carts, including Giga carts, have now a unified price point of $29.99 USD. So you've got the cart. It was $24.99. It was $19.99. It is now $29.99. Or it doesn't matter what it is. But they didn't raise the price of the Giga cart, so they're all unified now. It's all $30. It's $30. You get a cart. Doesn't matter if it's a Giga cart or not. All right, there we go. Evercade EXP-R plus Tomb Raider, the bundle, is $129.99. It's interesting they didn't offer a price point on the recently announced Evercade EXP-R with no game. So, but we can extrapolate that if you get the EXP-R with no game, maybe it's $99 US. So if you didn't want Tomb Raider, you can make that decision and possibly get yourself an EXP-R without a game for $99 US. But that's speculation. That's not confirmed. But I'm just saying, extrapolating out the $29.99 cost of the cartridge, you maybe get that without the Tomb Raider, because they did say they were going to sell them without. That was announced on the previous showcase. Then we got the VSR with Tomb Raider $129.99. Again, possibly available without a game for $99.99. We don't know. Interesting. The Evercade Alpha is now $279.99 from $249, which was the base price, I think. Now, that could have been the pre-order price of $249.99, and then it went to $269, and then now it's $279. So I can't remember. But I think it's either a $10 or like a $30 price jump. I can't remember which one it was. You guys can correct me in the comments, but it is higher. And the Hyper Megatech Super Pockets are now $69.99 US dollars. That's $70 instead of $59.99 US dollars, which is what the standard price of a Super Pocket was. So it's a 10 extra dollars to get your Super Pockets in your hands in the US. Just period. Now that's going to be the new SRP. And it says, we're grateful that we can continue to provide the classic physical gaming experience to our fans in the United States and hope that many more will join the ever-growing community for the next 5 years and beyond. So that's a cool statement there, too. I mean, obviously, they're thankful and grateful that they're going to be able to continue to do business in the United States because it's a huge market. They don't want to lose out on the U.S. market. We already knew this. That's a layup, right? But it's good that they're saying yes. I mean, obviously, they're grateful they can continue to do business here. We want them to do business here. I want them to do business here. I live here in the U.S. and I love the Evercade, so I want them to do that. And it is cool that hey, we're thinking like, oh well, is Evercade long in the tooth, or are they thinking about something that's not where? I mean, that thing right there. Will join the ever-growing community over the next 5 years and beyond. They got a big plan. That says right there to me that they got a plan for the next 5 years and beyond. So they're looking forward to 10-year anniversary stuff coming out, plus more. That makes me very excited about that. If they're into it, I'm into it. So let's go. Let's take this journey together. And thanks, everybody. Sean Cleaver, of course, is the president of marketing over at Blaze Entertainment. So we have the official announcement. We have the official news. So there is a new SRP for products, specifically for the carts. $29.99 US dollars is what we're going to be spending on carts moving forward for the foreseeable future. And that includes Giga carts. So there's not going to be a price difference between those two anymore. So, I mean, I guess again, looking at it, you never want to take a price increase to the face because reasons, but I'm hoping the next thing that happens is either shortly post the showcase, because it's not necessarily an appropriate thing to talk about during the showcase. In my opinion, it's all about get the games, get new hardware, get excitement, get hype, get all that stuff. The business stuff can be a press release later, I think, if they're going to do that. But I hope post showcase, they start talking about the things like the what ifs and all that kind of thing. And more particularly on Funstock side, that, hey, with the price increase for the carts, we're going to bundle in the tariff fees. So when you order on Funstock, it'll be $29.99 plus shipping and handling, even if they have to do another plus. At this point, if they're raising the price of the carts just for the U.S. customer, then I don't think that they should be including the tariffs now beyond. So from starting tomorrow for all pre-orders, so like say they announce something tomorrow on the 29th and pre-orders start on the 30th. Then the pre-orders on the 30th on the Funstock website, 100% should be inclusive of all fees if they're raising the cost of the hardware and the carts. That's a no-brainer because they're building in those fees right into their carts. Because it's not costing them any more to manufacture the cartridges here. It's just costing them more to sell them by way of these tariffs or fees to us. So I think that's maybe what they're doing. Is there kind of like pushing in that variable to then say, hey, look, like if you're ordering from Funstock, then what we can do for you in the U.S. customers, you're paying a little bit more for the products, but we bundled in that cost measure so that you're getting less of a fee. Because at $29.99, that's $5 extra. That's more than 10% of a price increase. So at that point, I mean that absorbs the cost of the fee, the tariff fee, to get it over here. So maybe that's I'm not sure. I'm not clear. That's speculation, but I think that's a good move because again, if you're going to raise the price of the product and then say, well, we're raising the price of the product to sell to you, the U.S. customer, and then you'll still need to do the tariff thing, and then still need to go out to your local distributor. If you're getting it from Funstock, you need to go to the U.S. Postal Service, plus all that. I mean, it's getting a little tough. if that's all of those things and they stack them on top of each other, that's a little tough. That's a little tough to do, because it feels a little not aggressive, but that feels a little bit of pain for the U.S. customer, because the U.S. customer is just sitting around, and the powers that be are doing all this like fighting in the sky. If you forgive the metaphor here, like people that are unrelated are doing this battle that we can't touch it, we can't see it, we can't manipulate it. We just want to play the cool games on the plastic. But because of that, if now we have to pay more money and have the inconvenience and have extra fees on top of it, it's a little tough. It gets a little tough for people. And I completely understand that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the clarifications and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I don't expect or want any of that stuff in the showcase. Give me the games, give me the hype, give me exciting, cool things, give me celebrations of 5 years of Evercade, and then you can quietly push out an update that we'll cover here on the channel, no problem. Push out another update on the websites and all that, and then we'll figure that all out. Now, if the distribution deals have to remain that way for Funstock only, and they're new distribution partners for the US, they'll take all those fees and whatever, and it's $29.99, but those new distributors are going to offer free shipping or like whatever, and absolutely none of the tariff stuff with those news prices, then that's fine. Whatever. Then because again, they're absorbing the cost via us by paying a little extra for the tariff fees or whatever. That's fine. That's fine, as long as you don't have to jump through more hoops in order to get your product, right? Because you don't want to get punished 3 different ways. Because I mean, we're not doing the things that are causing this thing, right? Like it's not us, it's not the consumer, right? But anyway, it's all complicated. But yeah, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. So we got the new SRP. We've got some clarity that there will be more retailers joining the fold. There will be new distribution deals, and all of those increased availability going forward. And more of that will probably be shared again later after the showcase. And we'll bring it to you. We'll keep bringing you more stories. I mean, the news is flowing fast and free here in Evercade land and Polymega land and all that stuff. So as soon as we get more news, we'll be doing more things. We'll be talking some more with you guys. So keep it locked right here on the channel. We'll make sure we get you all those updates. And we appreciate everyone that's been coming into the channel and viewing and commenting. And I really will say, like, I appreciate every single one of the comments. So everyone that's along and watching this late, literally comments up, comments down, comments medium, comments sideways. Everything is cool. Members, non-members, no matter who you are, if you're happy, comment. If you're unhappy, comment. It's all good. It's all good. Because it's good feedback, especially, like just for me, I'm interested to see how people are feeling, and it's okay. You want to come into the comments, you want to vent a little bit. That's all good. I don't take it personally because I'm not Blaze, right? So, we're all good. We're good. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows that too. As long as it's not like, don't be like nasty or anything, like, that gets a little mean, like, just so like, don't just drop F-bombs on named associates over at companies, right? Don't do that. But yeah, again, if you're frustrated, it's okay. I get it. Sometimes even me, as the customer, it'd be frustrated. This situation right here, if it winds up being like, oh man, I gotta pay $30 for the cart. I'm gonna buy Funstock. I'm telling you right now, I always buy on Funstock. So if I gotta buy on Funstock and it's $29.99 per cart times 2 for the next bundle, plus a little extra for the tchotchke or whatever, the socks, hats, whatever, because I always get those because it's fun. So I pay the little extra, and then they ship it, and then I gotta pay a little extra, plus I gotta take time out either on the weekends or whatever. I can't get it the day of. Because I'm gonna have my little envelope that I gotta take to the post office, and they're closed when I get out of work and all that fun stuff. I mean, it could be crazy, man. That could be crazy, and that's not as fun. So, so again, I could feel the frustration. I would be frustrated if that was the case. But And if it is the case, I'll report it and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the Evercast. We'll talk about it here. We'll talk about whatever, but that doesn't make me like or dislike the Evercade ecosystem, these fine carts, any of this stuff, any more or less than I do, because because I think it's great. I think the Evercade's a great ecosystem. These products are awesome. I'm thrilled to have been a part of this not organization, but thrilled to be a part of this community is what I was looking for the past 5 years. Talking about these silly little pieces of plastic to play retro games and have cool mascots. Like, I love it, man. It's awesome. It's so cool. And it's such a bitter pill to like be in this world where all this crazy stuff's happening and we have to cover all these weird business news things. But you know what? In the end, at least we got a company that's trying to get us a product and put it in our hands, and that's fine by me. So anyway, get off the soapbox. Again, get in the comments. Love hearing from you guys. Before we get out of here, of course, we got to do the one thing and one thing only, and that is thank every single member of the Good Times Club, because they're awesome and they provide us really cool things like 1080p stream out glory. So let's thank the EverCanadian, Crimson Cross, George Games, Chris Westerman, Phantom Fiction, Lloyd R. Jim, Papa Pete, the Intellivision Gamer, Ken LaCure, Mr. Shua, John Woolley, Gunsy20, Herb Wars, DF, Joe Whitlash, David Valdez, Dan Nastic, Dr. Mark Mad Scientist, Alex Groot, Immortal Sojourn, and the Atari Creep. Thank you guys all so much again for your efforts, for the 1080p StreamYard glory, for everything, for all of that support and more. Going to be giving you some more cool stuff over the weekend for GTC members. Of course, we got the GTC meeting. Loads of crazy stuff here. Leave likes, of course, if you want to be a member. Of course, you could hit join. You could also hit like. You can also hit dislike. You can also hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Please hit subscribe and the bell for notifications, because man, oh man, is the news not going to stop. Tomorrow is the Evercade Showcase. All right, we're going to be doing reactions pretty shortly after. It's going to be a little rocky. There's going to be me reacting with some other people, actually, over on the Total Evercade podcast, I think. I might be hanging out with them for a little bit. Reacting, watching, doing some things, and then I got to dip. I got to dip out for the show probably early, because I go get my boys, and then I go get my boys some food, and then I got to record my reactions. That'll go out later on that night. Then, of course, there's probably going to be some other news item on Thursday or something like that, because the pre-orders will be starting or something, like some crazy thing will happen. We'll be talking about that. Then, of course, there's the Evercast on Saturday. It's going to be nuts. So keep your eyes locked right here on this channel for more. I got to get out of here because I got to go with the boys now. So with all that being said, we'll catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we'll see you later. Take it easy, guys. And what a week. Whew. RTFC.baconicecream.com